What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of The Shy. This is season 4, episode 8. Truth be told, I'm ready for it to go off because Sundays is about to be. I got 4 reviews to do tonight. That's why I'm trying to go in here to get this out the way. Raising Cain and Canaan, and after this, and it's like The Real Housewives and Married to Medicine. But anyway, this season 8, Love Jones. No, it's episode 8, Love Jones. Okay, so the episode starts off with Emmett. He texting Keisha because he looking at Love Jones and was like, our favorite movie on and our favorite part about to come up or whatever. And so, like I said, it's cool that they still have the relationship that they have. But in the same instance that this is going on, Emmett gets he had text Tiffany to see what she at, what she doing. This girl is out with Dante. Now let me ask, listen, what type of boundaries has already been set? Because I thought they said that they just fucking. I didn't know that they was out there dating, going out and doing this and carrying on with people that they having sex with, okay? Tiffany is literally holding out a whole relationship with Dante on the side of her husband. Dante is literally her side nigga at this point, okay? No, Dante is her boyfriend at this point. And so she calling all drunk and stuff. I ain't gonna be able to make it home because I'm drunk. And Dante is in the background. Like, no respect at all, okay? And it's making Emmett mad and mad and mad. And Dante keep on talking and all this stuff. And, he even said, because at this point, Emmett said, fuck the both of y'all, all right? And so Emmett hung up on her. And she was like, did he hang up? And I said, yeah, what did you expect? Dante said, bitch, if I was him, I would have hung up too. Okay? Mind you, the next morning, Emmett is sitting there, well, actually making breakfast. Okay, first of all, the breakfast looked good. I said, oh, Emmett, you can cook. You can cook. But he got his shirt off. Tiffany comes up in there. And here's my thing, like, you show no respect to your man, to your husband. That's what I don't get. I understand that he did wrong. He's trying to make up for it. And you can tell Emmett is in a totally different space, okay? Because we don't see Emmett going out. At least we don't see it yet. We don't see him going out trying to get with this person, that person, and that person like he used to do. He's actually at home or whatever. He talking on the phone with Keisha, and not in a sexual way or nothing like that. And so it's just like, Tiffany, if you don't want to be in a relationship, just say that you don't want to be in a relationship. I get it that y'all open right now, but this is not what Emmett want, okay? And at this point, y'all gonna wind up getting divorced, and it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly because Emmett ain't on the same path that she on. And he up in there making the breakfast, and then when she comes in, like, you sleeping overnight with this nigga, like, come on. Who does this? Who does this? Is this how y'all doing y'all open relationships? Bitch, she sleeping overnight with him. She come up in there. He like, I got your breakfast and all this stuff. She was like, usually I cook breakfast. Well, you're not here, so therefore I had to cook it and I was hungry. And it was like, so you not mad? All of a sudden, he's not mad. So he say, because I'm the only one that know how to cook your eggs the way you like it, how to put the melt the butter on the toast the way that you like it, how you like your coffee the same color as me and all this stuff. Now go in there and take you a shower and come on back out here and eat. I said, what? What? Bitch, I ain't got time for this. No, no. See, that threw me off, and I was just like, no, this ain't it right here. This is not it. Meanwhile, Kevin, he on the phone trying to talk to Lene, okay, leaving her another voicemail. And I'm just like, please don't let this boy be acting thirsty, okay? Keisha came in and said, stop acting thirsty, all right? And I was so here for that. It was like, you know what? I think you moving. You got to be sure if you trying to really be this girlfriend or if you trying to use her to get over Gemma, okay? And, he goes into his whole little tirade about what type of man you would want. Y'all like them bad boys and stuff like that. And if you had to choose between Papa, me, and Jake or whatever, who would you choose or whatever? Even if, let's say I wasn't your brother. And she was like, I'm not gonna do that. He was like, oh, so you would choose Jake. Man, that's fucked up and all this shit. Bitch, Kevin is getting on my nerves at this point, okay? I know he young and he in his feelings and stuff like that, but he I just want him to slow down and be a kid at this point, okay? Because all this trying to be in a relationship, and you should be focusing on school. I feel like I'm talking like his mama now. You should be focused on school at this point. Fuck that bitch. Get over this heartache. Don't try to get under somebody else to get over the heartache. Um, Center yourself, learn about yourself, get yourself together. But he's a kid, so he don't know nothing about this. Papa, he's in his feelings a little bit because he was looking at Maisha's pictures and stuff, and seeing how beautiful she is, and noticing that that she got a few hate comments underneath her pictures. You know how people can do, and hoping that she didn't see him. And, he's talking to Jake, and Jake was like, well, if you know that she's sensitive, even though, because he was like, she played tough, but, I know she's really sensitive. Well, if you know that about your girl, go over there and talk to her, whatever. And Jake is giving, like, somewhat little, I ain't gonna say sound advice. He acting like somebody who actually cared for once, okay? And even Papa was like, is he Gemma rubbing off on you or whatever? And I was just sitting here like, Papa, you really cool with the fact what Jake did to Kevin, but then he called him out. He was like, the same shit that you did to Kevin, like you did your boy and all this stuff. I was like, okay, so cool. Everybody's not cool with it, but y'all damn near glossing over it like you're cool with it. Truth be told, if I was in a situation like these boys are, and my friend fucked around with my friend's man or woman, I would stay neutral. Don't come to me about it. Don't come to me about it. And I'm going to tell you, you fucked up. I'm going to tell you, you fucked up, and just let you know that I'm looking at you funny as shit. Okay? Don't ask me no advice about it, because what you did is dead ass wrong. All right? I don't want to hear shit else about it. That would be me. I would have to distance myself, because I can't put up with stuff like that. I don't trust stuff like that, because if you can do something like that to one friend, ain't no telling what you probably done to me already. You know what I'm saying? But they're kids, and Papa do go over there to talk to Maisha, and lift her head up, encourage her, because she was feeling a little bit down because of some of the negativity that was coming at her. He called her my queen, and she was like, I don't feel like no queen, so don't call me that. He was like, sometimes I don't feel like a king either, but you will always be my queen. And you gotta ignore the shit, okay? People gonna come at you, they either trash or they just wish that they could be you. That's why they doing all this stuff. Look, Maisha, I really want you back. She was like, I mean, I miss you too, okay, but I still need some space, and I still need some time. I think they gonna get back together, okay? I really do think they gonna, or at least I hope they do. Meanwhile, with all that going on, you got Emmett, well, Jake, he up in the room looking at some cars and stuff like that, and Trig talking to him about uh why you gotta go out here and you gotta work for your shit, okay? And he's giving him life lessons, okay? You gotta work for what you got and all this. And he was like, well, when you first got your car, did you have to pay for it and all this stuff? He said, my first car I stole, okay? And he was just telling him that somehow Kevin's situation came up there. He was like, the way that you did Kevin, you took Kevin's girl, that's supposed to be your bro or whatever. And he was like, I mean, that's cool, because you choosing a woman over your dude, over your man. So, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to do that. You really let a woman come into between y'all friendship. And he was like, well, what's the difference between you and Shad? The reason why y'all not friends no more. He was like, that's still gonna be my nigga, but Imani is my wife. He was like, that's not your wife yet, but you get what I'm saying. And he was like, okay, well, I talk to Kevin when you go and talk to Shad. And I'm sitting here like, what? All right, cool if we want to do that, but Shad is dangerous at this point. Kevin and Shad situation is totally different. But at this point, we got Emmett sitting down there with Kevin and waiting on Papa, because he needs to get some relationship advice from Papa. Bitch, I'm sitting here like, you a grown man trying to get relationship advice from kids. His relationship ain't even together. And at this point, I just kind of clocked out a little bit. I said, really? This where we going? But okay. Okay. So, while, Papa, Kevin, and them was sitting there, whatever, Emmett finally left, and, Kevin, he keep thinking about whether or not he should get Gemma back. And I'm like, let that bitch go. Why would you want a messy bitch that broke your heart to come back to you? But, again, I guess the theme of it is they're young, they're learning, so this is what it is, okay? And Papa want to help. This episode really not doing it for me. I'm just gonna be quite honest, okay? I'm halfway through with it and it's not really doing it for me. So if I sound like I'm not really all that enthused, it's because it's not really doing it for me. But it's cute, but it's just getting on my nerves because I'm just like, let that bitch go, Kevin. Kevin go up there to see her at whatever she was coming out of and trying to say that I still love you and I'm gonna fight for you and all this stuff. And of course Jim will want to take it as, that's kind of like harassment, and that's scary. You can't tell a woman that or whatever, even if you may think it's cute, which I understand what she's saying. But in this situation, I don't think that he meant it like that, okay? But she has to be so politically correct about things, and we do live in a sensitive time, and we do live in a time where we've seen women get accosted by their exes who can't leave them alone. So I get why she said it. And truth be told, I wouldn't think anything less of her if she would have, okay? I would have been like, oh, I'm surprised you ain't protest or whatever. Gemma ain't the type of bitch that's gonna give in real easily. She was like, I still have love for you. You was my first love, but you're not gonna be my forever love. So that's what it is. Papa is throwing this party. He want Gemma to come with him as to the party. And she was like, I'm not about to be an accessory to you, okay? He was like, well, just show up. Just show up. And I'm just like, Kevin, let it go. Let it go. It's upsetting me because, again, they're young. That's all I can say. They're young. They haven't been through this experience before. Truth be told, Gemma looked like she did this before, okay? I don't know why I get the feel like Gemma did this before, but I'm getting the feel that Gemma did this shit before. But anyway, you got Kevin also goes over there to Maisha to talk to her, to help out with this plan that Papa has, because like I said, Papa is throwing his party, and it's mostly to show his love and affection or whatever for Maisha. And they get to talking. She was trying to see that Papa sent him over there, and of course he kind of lied about it because he didn't want her in on the plan about what's going on. And she was like, nigga, I can see right through you because we used to date. And I was like, oh my God, they did used to go together. But see, the difference between what happened between Jake and Gemma and Kevin and Papa, Maisha and Kevin is the fact that when Kevin and Maisha broke up, Papa started getting feelings and he went to Kevin about it. He went the right way, okay? And Kevin said, cool, go ahead and do what you got to do. I ain't really, and they were younger, So that's the difference. And, he was giving her encouragement, dealing with what's going on with her newfound fame and or attention, people, like she said, and I felt so bad for her because it be that way. It be that way. Like, when you in a group of friends, especially if you're like kind of, unfortunately, the dark-skinned one, the overweight one, and then to be dark-skinned and overweight all at the same time, they don't put that much value. Sometimes they don't. You don't feel that much value because your friends or whatever, they say that they're here for you, but they really don't act like it or treat you like it. They treat you like you're the, the comedy relief of the group, and you play the background. And now that's what it seems like is going on with Maisha. She's no longer in the background; she's in the forefront. And trust and believe, I've been there. I've been there. Being the big girl in the group. Skinny bitches, or and nothing wrong with the skinny girls or whatever. Sometimes you just feel like you probably not getting as much notice or as much understanding or listen to enough because of the way you look and all this stuff. And so you play the background. You play the background, just thankful that you got somebody to talk to or somebody that consider you a friend. And so she's feeling that, the negativity that she's getting with it, but Kevin's trying to encourage her about it. And I do like the fact that these kids are being there for one another when it counts, okay? And so, invited her to this party. Didn't say it's from Papa, but I think she's going to show up. We got Keisha. she's out here at the store. She's back. And I think his name Christian. He comes over there trying to talk to her, see how she's doing, with the baby and everything. And she was like, everything is good. I'm not getting that much sleep. And they're just making small talk. And, he throw it in there, talk about something, make you fall in love with me and all this shit and woo, woo, woo. And basically trying to get on her good side. And she was like, I don't need no man to save me. So, whatever it is you're doing, he said, hold up. I'm not saying that you need a man to save you, and I'm not here to save you because I know that you don't. I'm just trying to get to know you outside of work, you know what I'm saying? Outside of these 15-minute breaks that we have. And so she was like, oh, okay. Later on, she see him up there talking to this girl. They hugging, they kikiing and everything. It looked real intimate, like not intimate, but real familiar. And so, she was like, when the girl left, so who was that? And I was like, oh, that was my friend from back when I was a kid or whatever. It was like, y'all look like y'all was more than friends. Oh, I mean, we dated when we was younger, but that don't count. Anything under 18, that don't count. And she got a little jealous, and he had to reassure her that, listen, I want to fuck with you. I want to take you out on a real date. They wound up getting on the phone, and she did say, yeah. She did apologize for coming at his throat when they was at the store. And, called him at the everybody has done this. This is what social media has done. When you meet a person and you feeling them, the first thing some of us do is find their social medias. Let me go find their Twitters, and mostly that's find their Instagrams to see their pictures and stuff like that. See what people got to say. You got to do your research these days, okay? Because niggas be crazy. But, she did all that, and they got on the phone, and he asked her out on a real date. And so, she accepted. And I really do like them as a couple, and I really hope that he is there for her and don't turn out to be completely opposite, because motherfuckers can switch, okay? So after that, you got Emmett. He's at his job, and Trig comes up in there trying to get some food, and Trig wants to pay. Emmett don't want him to pay. He was like, I'm trying to support black-owned businesses. Emmett, I understand that you want your friends to get the discount, feed them and everything or whatever, but you can't keep giving out free food, okay? You can't keep giving out free food unless you ain't gonna make no money, all right? And I know it's just a handful, but sometimes that shit will add up. But at the same time, he was talking to him, and I was like, why didn't Emmett come to him in the first place, okay? And even though we never really, I don't even think we truly saw interaction between Trig and Emmett, but still, he's an adult. And truth be told, he could have went to his mama, but he probably didn't want to burden her because of what she's going through. But I'm pretty sure you got somebody else your age that could have went to instead of Papa for some relationship advice. But like Trig say, you worrying about what this other nigga can do and what he got or whatever. You got the upper hand on him because and you can show her what he don't get that made her fall for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to spoil her with your heart, okay? And I was like, oh, Trig, that was cute, And so he goes back and knocking on the door as Tiffany is doing her yoga and, trying to remake the Love Jones scene and shit like that. And it was cute enough, I guess. And then Papa and Papa and Emmett, not Emmett, but Papa and Kevin up in the store. They trying to get some decorations and stuff for the party, and he's trying to go all out. Oh, I'm finna get the fog machine and all this stuff. I really hope this work, whatever it is that Papa about to do, because I just don't want him to be embarrassed. I really don't. He has a good heart. Out of all of the kids, he has the best heart, okay? And I just want the best for him. I really do. So, Christian, I hope that's his name, but bitch, that's what we gonna call him. He comes to pick up Keisha. Now, when Keisha came out that door, I thought, something was gonna happen, but she was coming out to him, and he was on the motorcycle or whatever, and it was real cute. Took her to a record store. They was listening to the old music, and everybody know about that Anita Baker being used as the cleanup, okay? And as soon as you heard that, whether it was the cassette, whether it was the vinyl, whether it was the CD, whether it was the radio, bitch, if your mama had it on the oldie stations or whatever, you knew it was time to bring that ass up and to clean up on that Saturday or that Sunday morning. Most likely Saturday, but you knew what it was. So That is like a universal thing in the black community. But at that point, they're getting to know each other, and I'm really liking the vibe that they're having with each other. It seems genuine. He takes her to a spoken word poetry club, and in the midst of a poem that was being spoken, Keisha has a panic attack, anxiety attack, and she leaves out the club. Christian goes after her and was like, "What's wrong? Do you need me to do anything? Is it okay for me to hug you?" I absolutely love the fact that he is not doing too much, but he is just asking the right questions before he take any actions with Keisha. And I love the way that he respects her boundaries and all of that. We need more of that, especially given the trauma that she been through. And he was like, "Do you want to go home?" And was that his place or what? Do he live with roommates? I think it was Keisha's place. They go back to the place, and they listening to some music, and we see Keisha opening up. Not necessarily opening up, but loosening up a little bit. She's dancing, and then she get Christian to dance with her. So that was a nice little moment. With Emmett and Tiffany, he takes her out. They Tiffany went and got on her whole Nia Long wig from how she had her hair in Love Jones, whatever. They all dressed up in the same clothes. It was cute. I will say this part and this thought out, reenactment of the Love Jones scenes, that was really, really nice. It did seem to bring them closer together. They go to a comedy club. The comic was being an asshole, talking about some, "I don't know why you couples be bringing your ladies out here to a comedy club, because us comics, we be thinking about how we can fuck your wife or fuck your girlfriend." It was rude, but that's how comics are. But hey, it is what it is. Try to comfort Emmett, trying to say that he probably could have Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? What you doing after the club and all that stuff. I was just like, okay, disrespectful, but we gonna do it in the name of comedy. That's what we gonna play it off as, all right? But after that, Emmett didn't let that get to him, though. It could have really got ugly. He could have just went ape shit and just went up there and whooped his ass, or waited for him afterwards and whooped his ass for being disrespectful to him like that. But he did it. And you got Emmett and Tiffany. They went to this outdoor band or whatever, and everybody was just dancing. They was having a good time, and I was just like, I love this part. Okay, now the first half was like, this part, I'm loving the couples coming together. I really am. But then we get to the party for Maisha. Okay, Papa got everybody waiting out in line. It is for Maisha up until Maisha gets there. She was like, first of all, why is all this fog in here? He said, in the essence of romance. She said, we ain't even going to be able to see each other. He said, maybe I overdid it. And it was like, why is everybody still standing outside? Because I ain't want nobody to come in until you came. No, when you having a party, I supposed to be surprised, and everybody's supposed to be popping, and then they supposed to notice me and all this stuff. Damn, see, this is why I need you in my life or whatever, because these things. And so, Kevin got his little feelings hurt because he thought that Gemma was going to show up, and she hadn't shown up at that particular moment. So he's sitting over there sulking and, sucking his teeth. Papa over there dancing with Maisha. They do look like a cute little couple. And then, he says, let me go over here and talk to Kevin. So he talking to Kevin about what's going on with him. And as they're talking, Kevin was like, who that dude over there talking to your girl or dancing with your girl? And then he looks up, and he decent enough, cute little boy. He dancing with Maisha. Maisha got all the niggas coming to her yard. I said, I know that's right, Maisha. Do what you gotta do, bitch. Okay? But at the same time, I was like, oh no, Papa ain't gonna like this. Papa ain't gonna like this. He gonna feel like somebody else coming in on his territory. Okay? And so at this point, Papa was like, let me go handle this. And he was like, hey, what you doing talking and dancing with my lady? Excuse you, can I help you? And then oh boy was like, my bad. And then Maisha said, first of all, I'm not your lady. And when she said that, I said, oh my God, that stung me. Because I want them to get back together. But this is teenage love, first love type of stuff. And sometimes it don't always work out. Sometimes they better off as friends. You just never know. And she was like, you said that this is a party for me, okay? So that means I can dance with whoever I want to dance with, all right? And truth be told, I can understand probably where Maisha is coming from. Like, Papa been doting over her so much, okay? And sometimes it probably may feel like it's a little bit much. And she just want it to be toned down. But you know, Papa's not gonna do that. So Papa, with his head stuck between his legs, or I should say his tail stuck between his legs, he walks back over there to Kevin. They sit down there watching her like get her groove on with old boy. Eventually gets his number, she gets her number or whatever. I said, ooh, ooh. They was sitting on the couch with each other. I said, ooh, right in front of Papa's face. He like, what the fuck I threw this damn party for her for then? Okay, Gemma shows up. And Kevin was like, oh, okay. And then as soon as Jake came in right behind, that smile kind of left. And he was like, ain't this about a bitch? I said, what did you expect? You thought that she was going to show up by herself? But that ain't what happened. And so at this point, you know, he goes to this girl, try to dance with her. And I was like, look at the dance that they doing to this music. It was just this. I said, y'all dance like old people. Get down, bitch. Get down. Ain't nobody getting down. Like, come on, get down. I was like, y'all youngins. Y'all youngins. Anyway, but Kevin looking at Gemma. Gemma over there looking at Kevin. And then he's trying to act like he ain't looking at her. Trying to make her jealous. And then Jay kept on saying, why you keep on looking at him for? Why you keep on looking at him for? I ain't looking at him. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm here with you. Okay, I'm sitting here like Gemma don't know what she want at this point, and it's making me mad. Okay, she's upsetting me and my homegirls, you know, because I'm like, bitch, I'm pretty sure you've been here before. I ain't got no respect for that girl no more. No respect. I don't give a fuck how old she's supposed to be on this show. Fuck her. Okay, that's just how I feel. And then Maisha came up there when Papa was giving a speech for Maisha, talking about how she the queen, and you know, I've been saying that she a queen. Now y'all are actually getting to see exactly what I've been saying. As you should, as you should. I was like, all right. Maisha went up there to Jimmy and said, I always knew that you weren't shit. And she was like, excuse me? She was like, girl, you got these two dudes fighting over you. I ain't telling them to fight over me, but you didn't tell them to stop, okay? You need to choose whoever you need to go with. I already did. Have you? Have you really? She stopped her in her track right there. Jimmy had to think about that shit because she hasn't. And bitch, you know, at this point, if she leaves Jake to go back to Kevin, they both should leave that bitch alone at this point. Okay? Kevin, don't be thirsty to be back with that hoe that broke your heart, all right? She playing games at this point. Jay comes up there, stand next to Kevin, and he was like, what's up? What's up? It was like, listen, man, I just want to say I'm sorry. Okay. It was like, I told you to go get a girlfriend, not mine. I'm sorry. It ain't meant to happen like that. Is it all good? Okay. I just want her to be happy. Don't break her heart. I don't want you to break her heart. I'm not. She gonna be good. And then they slap hands and they hug a little bit. You know, the bro hug. I'm like, that's all it takes? See, niggas get over shit real quick. Niggas get over. If you watched enough reality TV show and you see how the women get into it and it be dragging on for seasons, and then men get into it, it be over in 5 minutes. The next scenes they be drinking beer together. That's exactly what just happened. But you know that Kevin still feel like he want to beat his ass. Truth be told, he deserves to beat his ass. But I was like, okay, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. So Keisha was over at Christian's house, okay? You know, they get a little close, like they was about to hug and kiss or whatever, but we don't necessarily see it. He drops her off at home and it's raining. He walks her up to the door. She was like, thank you for the night. This was one of the best nights I ever had. And she let him kiss her. I was like, oh, you know, I was really here for that. Then we get Maisha and Papa. They actually sitting down having this conversation basically about, you know, she's thanking him for throwing this party for her to make her feel like she the shit. And she was like, the only problem is now she has to feel it herself. I know I come off as confident, but sometimes I just don't feel that way inside, deep inside, you know. And that's some real stuff. People can hype you up so much, but it really don't mean that much to you if you don't hype yourself up, if you're not feeling it about your own self. And, you know, he was like, what can I do to just let you, I can't just sit here and let you suffer through all this pain or whatever that you're going through when you're trying to find yourself. And she said, you got to. All you got to do is be there when I need you. Okay? And I think if they don't get back together, they're gonna be best friends. They're really gonna be best friends. They're gonna be in each other's lives. Okay, I don't think that Papa and Maisha is gonna go that far from each other. Kevin was sitting down, and then here comes Gemma. So I seen you. Where your little girlfriend at? She not my girl. I'm just dancing with her. Well, it kind of looked like it because you was dancing with her all night. Okay, you was dancing with Jake. Was you trying to make me jealous? Yeah. You was jealous? Yeah. Okay, and listen, at the end of the day, I just want you and him to be happy. And if things don't work out between y'all, don't come running back to me. Cause I ain't finna be waiting. I was like, I don't know if Kevin putting on the front, but keep that attitude, okay? Keep telling yourself that you over this bitch. You're not really over her, but keep telling yourself that maybe you'll finally believe it, okay? And she gonna sit down next to him. I said, get away from him. Please get away from him. Like, she's just the spine of the earth, okay? The devil. Anyway, we get to Emmett and Tiffany. And see, that little role playing shit, we did hear her say, "Oh, can we do Love and Basketball next week?" So they walking on the bridge. I said, I know exactly where they walking at too. It's right downtown over there. Where they do like he said, where they do the taste by the Grant Park and all that shit. And so she was like, "Why we out here?" And he said, "This what we met, doing the taste of Chicago. If you ain't never been down here for the taste of Chicago, that's one of the staples if you come out here in the summertime to go. That's like this big food festival that we have in Grant Park. Is it Grant Park? Bitch, I think it is. Either way, they have it in just a whole bunch of different restaurants and everything, and it's amazing. But in performances and stuff like that, that's one of the things that Chicago is really known for. But at the same time, he bends down on his knee and opens up a ring box. I said, "Please don't do this." She was like, "Boy, we already married." He said, "I'm upgrading your ring." I said, "Did you at least tell her first?" This is what, see, listen, I'm not about to waste my money on some bullshit that I'm not certain about. And I ain't talking about the proposal because they already married. My thing is, Emmett should have had this discussion with her first about closing the marriage, okay? Because now you done wasted money on getting her an upgraded ring when you damn near about to divorce this bitch because she don't want the marriage to close. Gonna say something. This is real life. This ain't no movie. I don't want the marriage to close. I like our new arrangement and all this stuff. That's because you like Dante. Emmett may be messing around with other women, but like he said, he don't like it. He don't like the way it make him feel. He don't like the fact that when he's doing it, all he's thinking about is Tiffany, and he just want her to be his one and only. And this is a complete change from what we saw when we first saw Emmett the first season on up. You know what I'm saying? I think he's trying to come into his mature phase. I think he's actually trying to grow up at this point. And he did all that. He didn't hold around for a minute. And now he wants to settle down. And, he get with somebody that was once on the same path, but you didn't turn this so-called almost good girl. We gonna say almost, or we just being hypothetical because of the phrase. Good girl bad because she wasn't cheating on you. You was cheating on her. Now she's throwing back at you what you did to her. And now it's a problem, okay? You didn't fix your life, but you didn't soiled her for a minute, okay? You didn't warped her thinking. Like she said, keeping this marriage open means that I don't have to think about you cheating on me. And that's why she don't want it closed, okay? And plus, I feel like she's falling for Dante. And he said, "Well, if we don't close the marriage, I can't be married to you no more." I was like, damn. Y'all think Tiffany gonna change? Cause Tiffany did not. The way she looked when he said, "I want to close the marriage," she was like, nigga, the face and everything. Y'all think it's gonna change? I think they're about to get divorced. And at this point, it's probably needed. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. Truth be told, I wish we would have picked up with Dre and Nina because I needed to know what was going on with them. I need some grit, okay, bitch? Give me some thug, okay? Like, what's going on with Doodah? You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the streets? Give me that. Give me that in these next 2 episodes. I believe we only got 2 more episodes left. Give me that. But y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.